Hey guys, it's Erica. This is the first video of its kind that we're doing on my channel, so keep in mind release dates and prices may change by the time this actually goes up. New releases in makeup change quite often, so keep that little disclaimer in mind as you enjoy. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would do something a little bit different and talk about some new releases, things that are coming out, and if you think you're gonna get it, or maybe stuff that we might pass on, I don't know. There's a lot of new stuff coming out, so I figured we would talk about it. If that's something you're interested in watching, then you're in the right place. We're about to get into it.
I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
Alright guys, well it's that time of year where it just seems like every day there's a new release coming out, and I know a lot of times it's kind of like, oh my gosh, that came out 2 weeks ago, I didn't even know it launched, and then you go to look at it and it's sold out. So I figured this would be a good time to sit down and just talk about some stuff that's upcoming, some things that have already come out maybe in the last couple of weeks, and maybe if it's something that I'm gonna buy or maybe that I'll pass on, what you guys think about some of the new releases, and get a little discussion going in the comments down below. So first up is a couple of foundations that are coming out, and the first one is by It Cosmetics. So one of It Cosmetics' biggest sellers is their CC cream. Now they have it in an oil-free matte version. And supposedly this is coming out and it's going to be just like the old formula, except this one is going to have a matte finish to it. So as a CC cream, this is obviously going to have an SPF of 40 in this particular formula. It's also going to be a physical sunscreen. In addition to that, they also say that it's going to be one of those poreless finish, full coverage type of CC creams. But one of the interesting claims on this one is that it's going to be anti-aging and hydrating. And I do know that in the past, the typical CC cream formula from It Cosmetics is very radiant. It's like very hydrating. I don't like the formula personally because I always feel like it's a little greasy on my face and it never really like sets even with powder, and I just don't like the finish for myself personally. But I do know a lot of people that really like the It Cosmetics CC cream. So it'll be interesting to see how a matte formula can be hydrating and anti-aging and pore filling, since typically matte formulas accentuate all of those things. But this is coming out. I'm curious about it. I think I'm probably going to pick up at least a smaller size just to try it out. What do you guys think? This is going to be a Sephora exclusive from what I understand. It looks like it's going to be coming out July the 27th. It claims all the right things, guys. It says it is created specifically to reduce the look of texture, to reduce the look of dark spots, again, and that it's going to create a poreless, flawless finish. So if this foundation can do all of those things, then I'm in. Something tells me it's not going to stand up to all of those claims, but let's not prejudge. It might. This one definitely has my interest piqued. Next, we have NYX has come out with a full coverage foundation called Can't Stop, Won't Stop. They collaborated with YouTuber Alyssa Ashley to launch this with 45 shades. Apparently, giant shade ranges are now all the trend, and it's a good trend. Now, I have not been very impressed with NYX Cosmetics foundations. The Total Control drops I was not a fan of. The matte but not flat foundation, I wasn't a huge fan of that either. So I've been kind of looking for NYX to come out with a foundation that's really going to wow me. So I don't know if this one is just going to be another one in the line of disappointments, or if this one is going to be a hit for me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. This one is set to release. I don't think this is coming out until August. Yep, August 16th on their website and at Ulta Beauty. Next is the summer collection by Kylie Cosmetics. Now, this whole collection has palettes, it has super glitter glosses, it has lipstick, lip kits. It's a whole collection that she has developed. Now, the one thing, of course, that caught my eye, and there's not a lot of things by Kylie Cosmetics that catches my eye, but for some reason, this palette really caught my eye, and I think it's because it's an Erika color. It's those warm colors that I absolutely love. Now, I have tried some of her palettes in the past and haven't always been, you know, very favorable when it comes to my opinion on some of her older palettes, but I've watched some reviews on this particular palette, and for whatever reason, it looks like the reviews are not that bad on this one. So I'm thinking about possibly sticking my toe in and at least testing out the palette out of this collection just to see what the formula is like. I do love the color selection. I can honestly say this is the first time in a long time that I've looked at a Kylie Jenner palette, and it's been at least intriguing. The whole collection is $215, and I think the palette is like $42, I believe. And everything drops on Friday the 13th, which was just a couple of days ago. So if it's something you're interested in, you can get online at Kylie Jenner Cosmetics and get it now. Next coming up is something I am super excited about, and it is by Charlotte Tilbury. This was a sneak peek given by Charlotte for products that are coming out around August the 16th, and it looks like we are getting a concealer and a setting powder. The new Magic Concealer is supposed to come in 16 shades, claims to be full coverage, water resistant, and give you 15 hours of wear. And of course, with the concealer comes the new Magic Setting Powder. Now, these two I'm really excited about. You guys know I have a slight obsession with concealers, anything for those under eye beauties, and I really am looking forward to testing out this particular formula. We do know that it's coming out end of August, and I'm sure it'll be expensive. One thing that recently came out on July the 12th was brought back by Morphe Cosmetics, and it was their 39A palette. Now, this big palette was all the rage last year during the holiday, and I know a lot of people that have been kicking themselves for not picking it up last holiday season. So the fact they decided to restock and relaunch this for a limited time is super exciting. If you missed out on it the first round, I would definitely encourage you guys to pick it up again. It has 39 shades, with that middle row being big transition color palettes, and it all retails for $32. So you can pick that up on the Morphe website while supplies last. We are still waiting to see if this is going to be a permanent fixture or if it's just going to be a limited edition re-release. But fingers crossed, maybe they'll keep this one around. I know I got my hands on it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a review. And Laura Lee Cosmetics, Laura Lee Los Angeles has come out with their next product, and it is 2 mini palettes. And I really thought that this was a great next step for Laura Lee Los Angeles. So they came out with the Nudie Patootie, and then they came out with the lip bundle to go with the Nudie Patootie. Both pretty standard, highly marketable type color schemes. It's, you know, the trend that everybody was into, those nude warm colors. The palette did well, the lip glosses did well. The next step for the brand, everybody was kind of waiting and watching to see what she would do next, and it's these 2 mini palettes, which actually are kind of cool. So the first mini palette is more of a neutral layout. It is the hard worker of eyeshadow. It's those warm eyeshadows that you really wear on the everyday when you're just, you know, going out, you know, doing simple things. It's the ones that you reach for the most because they're the most neutral. And then of course there's Party Animal, which is the second palette, and those are those bright colors that you reach for when you're going for something special, or you're going to a party, or you just really want to look a little bright-eyed with those super powerful pigments. So you can get each of these for $19 a piece, or you can get the bundle set, which comes in a really interesting unicarton. It's actually kind of neat. It's like a little book that you open up and you can pull them out. It's this whole thing. But you can get both of them for $30 or one for $19. So it kind of doesn't make any sense why you would just get the one when you have that big of a savings on getting 2. But if you just got $20 laying around and you can't afford more than that, then you can at least get one. These are going to be available on July 18th on the Laura Lee Los Angeles website. Let me know if you guys are interested in these little ditties. I actually think they're kind of cute. I personally think it's actually kind of neat. Next, we have a new palette that just dropped by BH Cosmetics called the Oasis palette. It's actually called the Desert Oasis palette. BH Cosmetics is selling it for a steal at $22. It kind of reminds me of the Milani Gilded palette where it's got that shadows and highlighter theme going. So half of the palette is shadows and then the other half is highlighters. For me, just looking at the metallic and shimmer versus matte ratio in this, it looks like there's maybe 3-4 mattes and the rest is all glitter. So it's not going to be something that I'm interested in, but for those of you that are interested in it, this was something that dropped last week, so it is available now on BH Cosmetics. And by Hourglass Cosmetics, we have a brand new mascara called Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. Now, this mascara promises 100% no smudging, 400% more volume in just one swipe, and it's $29. Now, this is going to be available online in Sephora and at the Hourglass website sometime towards the end of this month. Things are still a little vague when it comes to the actual release date. They did have an exclusive early release for it on Sephora for VIB Rouge members. I picked one up. It is on its way, and we have a review on it coming soon. So for those of you that are interested, hang tight, and I'll let you know how this baby works. And of course, what would a new release video be without talking about the new ABH palette? Now, Claudia, who is the Anastasia Beverly Hills owner's daughter and the heiress to the Anastasia Beverly Hills fortune, she has an online persona by the name of Norvina, and that's what she goes by on all of her social media platforms. This palette that has been released by Anastasia Beverly Hills is called Norvina, and this is one that was personally curated by Claudia herself. This was her passion project, as she said, and the look of it is definitely very different. So there was some sneak peeks early on about a palette that actually Nicole Guerrero was working on with Anastasia Beverly Hills, that apparently Norvina was working on a cool palette and Nicole Guerrero was working on a warm palette. So I have a feeling there'll be a warm palette coming up behind this one, but let's talk about this one for a minute. So it is a lot of cool colors in here. Obviously, it's purple themed. Now, the big controversy out there is that if you take out a couple of the purple shades, then you're left with soft glam. Here's a shot of the two of them side by side, and I get what people are saying as far as them being similar layouts, etc., but there are several colors in the Norvina palette that are exclusive to this palette and curated specifically for this palette and are unique to Anastasia Beverly Hills, of which I personally would kind of like to try out myself. I've looked at a lot of the reviews online and it looks like it's performing well. So it looks like we've left the subculture disaster far in our rearview mirror, hopefully never to revisit that again. But from all looks and from what everybody's saying, it looks like this one is a good performer. So what do you guys think? I definitely think I'm gonna get my hands on it, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I do. But put down in the comments if you guys are interested in picking up the Norvina palette. I would definitely be interested in hearing from you on that one. So Too Faced is at it again with the cheesy packaging and the weird kind of themes. They have a new collection coming out, and it's going to be exclusively at Ulta Beauty. It's coming out sometime in August, and it's called the Tutti Frutti collection. And these are the only pictures that have really been released, and it just looks like a big collection of things that are fruit oriented. But at the end of the day, it looks like it's just a bunch of different products that are based on a bunch of different kinds of fruits. I know there's like a palette in there and some lip products. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are over like the whole fruit themed thing with like the smelling berry palettes lately. And good Lord, we all know that peaches has been overdone at this point. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a hit for Too Faced or not, but it's coming in August. So let me know what you think. Milani is coming out with 2 more palettes, Soft and Sultry and Pure Passion. Now, I will say that when they first brought out the palettes that are in this kind of shape, I did get the matte one, and I actually really liked it, and I liked the formula as well. I did like the price point. I thought $20 was a little bit much for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. I think it's just really kind of pushing the boundaries there a little bit. Drugstore pricing has slowly but surely keeps creeping up over the years, but I know these are probably going to come out at the same price points, but they do have different color layouts. So let me know what you guys think of the new palettes by Milani. And last but not least, can we talk about this for a second? I feel like this is like the elephant in the room that nobody's really talking about. We've all seen it. Some people have tried it, and nobody really wants to talk about it. So this is the big exclusive high-end brand that Revlon decided to come out with, and it's called Flesh Cosmetics. Now, I have tried some of this, and I'm not a fan. I can just tell you that right off the bat. Number one, the packaging is very cheap considering the price point is ridiculous. I just don't see this brand lasting very long unless they come out with something new and maybe change their packaging. I think they just price themselves out of the market considering what they are. For example, let's take the foundation. Now, let's just forget the fact that this is actually called the Firm Flesh Thick Stick. I can't even say it with a straight face. Who names their foundation that? The Firm Flesh Thick Stick. Sounds perverted. I don't know. I just imagine a bunch of people sitting around talking about naming their product and somebody saying, a firm thick stick sounds like a great idea for foundation. So let's talk about this foundation, which is way overpriced considering what it is. It comes in this dinky little box. When you open it, it's in this very cheap plasticky container, and the entire foundation is that thick stick foundation. So this is what you're getting. It's this big in comparison to my finger. It's so bad, you guys. It's really just, not only that, but the product itself is incredibly greasy. It's very hard to blend, and it sinks into all of your texture. So if you have any fine lines, wrinkles, smile lines, expression lines, expect it to crease like crazy. No matter how much you powder it, it seems like you just can't set it because it continuously stays really greasy looking. It doesn't have a nice feel. It's definitely not worth the money, and it's not Erika approved. So that experience was enough just to turn me off of the brand altogether. Unfortunately, it's just not something that I want to try. But if you guys are interested in it, then I definitely would encourage you to check it out. All right, guys, well, that is it for this roundup. Let me know what you guys think, what some of your favorite products were, what you guys are planning to purchase, or if there's anything that you guys would like for me to purchase to review on the channel. I always like to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you as a member of the approved crew. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, so keep on sharing with friends and family. I genuinely appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ErikaApproved. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you appreciate the work I do, there will be a link in the credits to give you a way to support this channel. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.